Survivors ready. Go!
And I had to do we all
Let's talk. We need to.
we all need to talk.
I don't like it. I was looking at it.
Let's go.
Wait, you found it at Tribal?
I found it 2 minutes ago.
Holy shit. No.
Yes.
I don't believe that for a second. I don't believe that.
She told me there was an idol at Tribal. I just found it.
When we went to Blue, remember when I was like, hey, take a bus? And you were like, no, I have one. I said, okay. I took it, and inside was a clue that says, caution, there's a hidden mini idol at Tribal Council.
Are you serious? Oh.
So I was like, okay. And we waited until it was like absolutely necessary to use it.
To try and look and find for it.
To look and find for it.
So
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. It doesn't matter what. We need to stick to the final seven.
Yes.
100%.
Oh my God.
So we just came from that tribal council where we, the 4 new pink tribe voted Kyle, and then the 4 of them voted Dresden. Emily actually whispered to me during tribal that she had an extra vote and she was going to give it to me because she had to like will it to someone to make their vote count twice. So I used that and voted Kyle twice, but it didn't matter because Alejandro found an idol at tribal council like 2 minutes before, like literally during the vote, like when people were voting, he found it. So he played it.
I've been looking at the new tribe. Dresden voted out at the last tribal council. You've been through a very, very long day, and the only thing I can say to make you feel better is about to happen. You guys have merged.
I decided to hand out the buffs at the merge tribe because someone else said they had found an advantage in a buff at a previous swap. So I handed out the buffs at the merge tribe, and I was like shaking them out as I was handing them. And it just so happened that Emily Paddock got an idol clue in her buff, and she comes up to me and she was like, oh my God, thank you for the idol clue. And I didn't feel it. I just randomly gave it to her.
With what I did by saving Kyle, it's like, I kind of brought us all together, so I'm hoping that the 7 of us that survived that can outnumber the remaining 6. Sarah and Jack weren't voting with us. We tried to convince them and they didn't. So I knew that I had to save Kyle, just 1 for my numbers game, and 2 to be like, no, whatever you're planning isn't working. You need to come back to us. And also, I kind of want to sleep, but everyone is searching for an idol right now, but I know there's not an idol here because I have the merge idol clue, which I found in my book. So I'm like, I know it's in the schoolyard. So I'm just like, it's funny watching everyone search for something that I know isn't here.
I'm kind of mad that I told Alejandro that I had the clue, because then he was able to find the idol after I had pretty much done all the work. So now I want to get one so I can play one.
Do you feel like you owe him anything after that? And he's like, no, I want to get him. He was like, he put me in a bad position. I look like shit now because of him. He's like golden boy.
That's what I told him that too. I was like, I don't mean to sound offensive because I was like, I think you already thought of this, but he owns your game now.
Contenders voted Kyle, so I'm like the last tribal council. I think she was the 5th. She's trying to tell me that it was
she came right to me and was
like, it was Davey.
That's what she said to me too.
She's told me it 15 times. I'm gonna try and ask Davey.
I just don't see why Davey would throw that out if Alejandro was playing the idol. The only difference would be maybe Davey didn't see Alejandro get the idol. I feel like he must have. He saw him fidget. But Kyle's fully on board to start taking out pink. And so is I just talked to her. She came up to me and I was like, she was like, where's your head at? And she's like, she told me, and maybe she's feeding me a line. but she was like, I'm sick and tired of you, Pink Tribe, lying to me constantly. She's like, I don't believe a word they say.
She's close with this guy.
Got it. Yeah, she was.
I feel like this is really hard. Like, this is not like, oh, here are a bunch of goats who just kind of signed up because they knew somebody or some kind of connection. It's like everybody's here to play. The mad idol hunt is gonna be really annoying because like it's a total crapshoot. It's really dark and you don't want to be the person who goes to sleep and doesn't look like they care, but you also don't want to be the person who's up at 4 a.m. and looks like they care too much. I don't just like.
No, I know. Yeah, I'm not. Again, I got new life. You know, putting that behind me.
But I'll tell you why I care about. I'll tell you why I care about that. Not because like I don't care if you think I wrote your name down. What I care is if David was doing some kind of next level gameplay where he wants to create paranoia.
No, it's not working. It's not.
All right.
And even then, like, you know, God forbid you did. Like, I think it was a good move for you, right? And then I got happy against it. Like, it's not.
Yeah.
Again, I'm not. All right. I get this. Everything that happened at that point. That was chaotic as well.
The only reason Bennett said that a lot of people thought it was me, and so that's like why I was like,
yeah. I mean, even if it was, again, I don't think it was. I
think it's also like maybe I don't
want. I don't.
No, it sounds dumb. I mean, like, I don't have a problem with people lying about their votes. It's more like I don't want to look like the panic scared little girl who like wrote down her ally's name, like because she got scared, mommy. Like, I'd own it if I wrote down your name, or I'd lie about it better than I am right now.
No, you did. I know you did. It's fine. And so I'm feeling really satisfied with myself, but I also feel like I have a lot more games to play. I've been very letting other people make moves around me, and so I think a big thing for me tomorrow is going to be trying to be a little bit more on the forefront of the action and not feel confused every time I go.
We were supposed to be going to sleep, but everybody's looking for idols. Damn, can't even get a break.
Oh, it's wet.
Like, I can't.
Like, oh, Bennett's running the school year. Well,
I already
been
looked
there,
all over that
done
playground.
that.
I already
went
looked all
around
around
the
that
entire
tree.
school.
Yeah.
I was like, well, maybe.
For one of the ones actively searching for an idol more, it makes it either seem that, okay, you're either trying to overcompensate for having it, or you either don't trust something, or you're just trying to be strategic, which is good, but then it also is like worrisome for everybody else.
It's Andrea. Good morning. All right. So, I think I'm gonna start fishing like a story today based on something that happened in season 3, which is where there was like a fake clue that there was an idol in the wood, and I'm gonna say that I found a clue back in the well that said you're about to be you don't want to be chopped. And so I'm gonna start fishing the fake idol clue. I now need to like start playing and throw in some stuff out there, so it's gonna be flung. So last night I found a clue that said you don't want to be chopped. Do you know what that I think that means? Which so I spent a lot of time looking there. I made Kyle was like, why the fuck is she going to the lollipop? But like I can't find it. And like I got up to pee last night and I also looked then. So first points. But like I still can't find it. I'm worried about Kyle's relationship with Kai.
Yeah.
They seem super tight, more tight than he and I are. And so I'm a little worried about that going forward.
I think that he's just like trying to flirt back because Kai is a flirter.
Yeah, she's playing the like parvati game. Yep. And like
it's like think with your head, not with your head.
Yeah. I'm worried about that. I'm worried that he will pick her over me. if like it comes to
No.
I don't think
why
so.
you don't think so?
I don't think so. I, for whatever reason, slept too hard, and 20 minutes I didn't have to like play the game. People were already up, people were talking, people were like moving around, so like nobody woke me up, which is fine because like you don't need to wake me up, I'm a big boy. But like that lit a fire under my ass. People are playing to win, and I hope they didn't just make a mistake.
Emily?
She has. She went to Davy and claimed. I went up to her, spilled all the beans, and failed to mention to Davy, of course, that she told me that she felt that the pink team has been lying to her the entire time, and she is so sick and tired of them and wants them all gone.
I think that she's a schemer.
100%.
Yes, but I have. She's not going to turn on.
You don't think she's gonna turn on her?
Are you sure?
I don't think so.
Because she's feeding Alejandro and
Oh, yeah.
Sarah a line.
I'm sure she has. But why wouldn't you? I mean, she just got attacked like 2 times in a row.
It's just weird to me because apparently Davy didn't go to her. She ran up to Davy and was like, Bennett,
She's
told me all this stuff.
She's nervous now. She's getting nervous. I don't think she would turn on myself and Billy though. I really don't. I mean, I could be wrong.
Andrea was like just like
You
I don't know what she's doing.
Okay, so here's the thing. She 100% is the one for Kyle.
Yeah, she's lying.
Yeah,
She's trying to cover it up.
And I tried to give her the chance to tell me the truth. I looked at her and I was like, you have my word that I won't tell anyone. I was like, I would just like to know. And I was like, I totally get it. You got nervous. I was like, I would have done the same thing. And she so jittery. It was like some of the worst acting I've ever seen.
The other thing we could do also, hypothetically, is knock her out first and knock out a number that we can't trust anyway.
That's what I was thinking.
Because they may assume we go pink and we go tie.
Yeah, but if she's gonna go with us to be first,
Is she?
you know, it's a risk
She thinks.
that
I mean,
you might need her.
No, I know. I know. I'm just saying, like, just thinking. Out loud, like.
So I woke up this morning and everybody was running around like wild men and women looking for this idol that I don't know if anybody's found it. I've been kind of meandering around trying not to look sketchy, but I feel like that looks so sketchy, so that's fun. I talked to Paddock this morning and she said everybody's like coming up to her being like, you're our number, and I'm like, oh, can't relate to that situation because that's not where I am, but at least she's filling me in on a little bit. She's starting to get a little vague though, so I don't know if she's taking a step back.
What are your thoughts on Andrea?
I am skeeved out by Andrea.
Skeeved out.
I still don't know who, like,
No, it was
it was her. She voted for me.
She voted.
100%.
Yeah,
I asked Davey,
and
I
she
said-
won't
tried
tell
to
me
cover
about
it last night, and I literally
Yeah,
cornered her and was like,
she told
you
me
can
like
be honest
50
with
times
me.
that she voted for whoever the other person was, and I was like, no, you didn't.
No, like
you're just
it
trying
doesn't
to-
make
you're-
any sense that
yeah.
Davey would have done it, because they both, him and Alejandro were both in on it. And no, yeah, and she immediately. The only reason I went and worked with Alejandro and the pink team when we swapped was because she immediately ran to them. And that was the only lifeline I had. The
I
lines
think we
against-
need to take her out then.
I feel like
Because
I feel like that's
that
the
sounds
that's the
like is that
message,
she's
yeah.
she's more loyal to the two of them, and I don't think it's so much about you, the vote with you. I think she genuinely got scared
Yeah.
and thought that she
Yeah.
was in the numbers, so
Right.
she went with
But
it.
and I wouldn't care. Like I understood the
told her
move,
last night. She
Yeah.
but
wouldn't
just
admit
don't lie
though.
about it.
But yeah, she's lying
Um,
straight to the three of us.
Yeah, no, I
And
don't.
she's definitely with them, which makes them 5. But I think what we need to do is we need to get the 3 of us, the 2 boys. How do you feel about Billy and TJ?
I just talked. I had a good conversation with Billy actually.
Yeah, I trust them.
I just don't want to.
And then TJ swears Paddock's voting with them, but that still makes me nervous that we don't
Paddock,
want Andrea. Like, I like the fact that
Paddock
she,
makes
the fact,
me
the fact
so
that she's
She's
scared.
been scheming this whole time. She's a lot smarter than y'all think, which is great. Good for her, but like I'm also scared to work with her because
She's
I feel
also
like
voted
she
for
will
me
do
twice.
anything.
Like
yeah, exactly. Yeah.
I don't know. Kyle and Andrea are telling Sarah and Alejandro and Davey and Jack that they're with them. And then they're telling Kai and Bennett that they're with them. But with the way they're playing, they might be the ones in the middle.
I keep hearing your name come up as you're going around talking to people, so don't make it seem like you're like.
So people think I'm talking to everybody type thing?
Just don't make it seem like you're like freaking out, kind of.
Yeah. Cool, calm, collected.
Huh?
So people think I'm like paranoid?
Probably, and I think you're just excited. I don't think you're paranoid necessarily. I think you're just trying to have fun, and you know what I mean.
I want to know where, like, what's happening.
I have shields, I think, with Bennett, Kai, Alejandro, Davey, Sarah. Like, there's a lot of targets. So I think if I hide behind them, I could still kind of direct the votes, but not make it seem like I'm the one running the show.
I think that I would be the obvious vote.
Agree. I think it might be me first.
I need to figure out how to run the numbers once we know who has immunity.
I mean, I feel confident about the 4. If you are good with Kyle.
100%. You have my word on that.
So then we just need
All the fake Kumbaya pink troop was like, guys, can we just all go to bed? Let's all agree that we just get in the tent and go to sleep, okay, guys? Come on, like, let's just do it. We're very tired. So everybody went and got in the tent at the same time. At that point, we'd also like finished up searching. Jack is a wild card, Sarah's a wild card, and Paddock is all over the place. I mean, my alliances are very clear. I'm with my original blue, and then the 2 guys from orange, and together that makes 6, and that's the majority that we need in 11. So Paddock could either come with us and potentially find a way in. If she was smart, she'd understand that Andrea is kind of at the very bottom of our 6 and could very quickly and easily be swapped out. But we'll see if she's smart enough. Are you voting with pink?
I don't know. Who are you voting? I mean, I like literally.
I mean, I haven't decided yet either.
They're trying to convince me.
Right.
But they're also giving me. They haven't like given me a name.
Because you know who runs the alliance.
Huh?
Alejandro.
Yeah.
Davey.
Yeah.
And then they'll probably take Jack to the end because he's a pawn.
Everybody's gonna want to go to the end with both Jack and Sarah.
I just don't know where their heads are at. They say that their alliance was fixed, but do you believe that?
The issue is, like, anyone would like to sit next to Jack at the end. I wouldn't want to sit next to Sarah.
Sarah's
too nice to everybody.
Too nice.
Yeah.
She's too likable.
Yeah.
All right, guys, what do you want to vote out?
Are you voting with Davey and Alejandro? Straight up.
Straight up. I mean, we've been strong the whole game.
So that's a yes.
Probably.
Cool.
That's fair.
It's good honesty. Yeah.
That's good.
I mean, yeah, there's nothing is final until I put pen to paper.
Yeah.
Welcome to your first immunity challenge. So for this challenge, each of you will be given a block, numbers 1 through 6. I will be giving you a list of items to memorize. And then I will ask you which number a certain item was from that list. If you get it wrong, you are out of this challenge. The last person left standing wins immunity. Alright guys, so this is your first sequence. Number 1, apple. Number 2, banana. Number 3, watermelon. Number 4, orange. Number 5, grape. Number 6, kiwi. What number was banana? Okay, everybody says 2. The correct answer is 2. Go. Number 1, dog. Number 2, cat. Number 3, lion. Number 4, frog. Number 5, rhino. Number 6, hamster. What number was frog? Everyone reveal your answers. Everybody but Kyle says number 4. Kyle, it was number 4.
I'm not too smart today, guys. No, I'm not too smart.
Next sequence is number 1, New York. Number 2, Florida. Number 3, Wisconsin. Number 4, Texas. Number 5, California. Number 6, Nevada. What number was California? Answers, please. Everybody says 5 except for Davey. The correct answer is 5. So Davey, you're out. Number 1, red. Number 2, blue. Number 3, orange. Number 4, pink. Number 5, green. Number 6, purple. What number was orange? Everyone reveal your answers. Everybody but Alejandro says 3. The correct answer is 3. Alejandro's out of this challenge. So the next sequence is number 1, moth. Number 2, bee. Number 3, butterfly. Number 4, spider. Number 5, centipede. Number 6, beetle. What number was spider? Okay, everybody moves on, except for Paddock, who is number 5. Next sequence. Number 1, shirt. Number 2, shoes. Number 3, sweater. Number 4, hat. Number 5, dress. Number 6, skirt. Show me what number dress is. Are your answers? The correct answer was 5. So Bennett and Billy, you're both out. Step aside. We're down to 5. Number 1, Richard Hatch. Number 2, Harvey Shallow. Number 3, Rob Mariano. Number 4, Sandra Diaz-Juan. Number 5, Tony Blachos. Number 6, Tina Wesson. What number was Rob Mariano? Reveal your answers. The correct answer was 3. Andre, you're out.
Sorry.
What number was Tony Blachos? Reveal your answers. Correct answer was 5. Sarah, you're out of this challenge. You all move on to our tie-breaking round. This one's going to be different. I have a number order. It is very long. I'm going to say the whole order. I'm going to say it one time, and I'm going to ask you for each number in exact order. If you get it wrong, you're out. If you all get it wrong, you all stay in. Just one winner, obviously. Make sense? Sure. Okay, so the order number sequence is 4, 3, 5, 4, 6, 2, 2, 1. Alright, what was the first number? The first number was 4, you all move on. What was the second number? It was 3, you all move on. What was the third number? It was 5, you all move on. What was the fourth number? Kylie, I need the answer. The correct answer was 4. Congratulations, TJ, you have won the first individual meeting.
Good, because that was the only one I knew up to.
Alright, come over here.
You get the tiebreaker.
You're safe at the first tribal council.
Good job. Good job. Good job.
It's scary winning the first one because I've just put myself on the map obviously as a threat, so now I have to kind of try and deflect that. But it feels good because I know that this is going to be the craziest tribal probably out of all of them and set the tone, and I know I'm not going home.
What do you think?
I'm thinking that there are some big threats in this game, and I want to try to take them out.
Yeah.
Is there a person that you want to see gone?
Right now, I feel like at this point I am more concerned with who do I trust.
Yeah.
I don't trust Andrea, obviously.
No.
Or Emma.
Here's the thing too. You're a huge fucking threat. How is she? And then people are tossing mine around. I don't know if that qualifies me as a threat. You're a social threat. The fact of the matter is, if we don't keep other big targets around, then people like Jack and Andrea are going to escape and take us out. I don't want to lose to someone like Jack. Yeah. And Andrea is literally like, she's flipped so much, and I'm like, what are we supposed to do with that?
If the rest of the people in this game are threats, it's like free for all, you know?
I'm gonna go talk to Alejandro. Paddock's running up, she's hugging everybody from every fucking line.
That's her strategy.
Girl.
That's her strategy. That's her strategy.
She's talked to everybody. Yeah. She's great. She's a great social player. She's a lot smarter than she appears. So
let's take Paddock out then.
Post-merge, the first few votes are always kind of up in the air. Right now, just trying to see who is working with who. I definitely don't know if those original colors are still in the mix. Emily is all over the place. Andrea is all over the place. We don't really know what they're doing. So ideally, I'd like to get rid of one or both of them as soon as possible.
No, I mean, we all know Bennett's a huge threat. I agree. And so I think, like, but I don't know if we should go after his second man, Kai, or like someone. Who would you guys want to go after from that other block? Have like a huge connection.
Buddy.
This is actually a good combo to just add. Yeah. Because the only thing is,
like, you guys know we're like not necessarily a pair.
No, yeah, but
cool. I know
we've
you
been
two
together
are
since the start. You guys
we've
been
just
together.
we've both
Start,
been
so it's like
with our perspective
Yeah.
partners.
And like, yeah. I don't know.
What is the like?
Who would we go for? We can't go after Bennett. That's too obvious. Maybe Kai, but like then we'd expect that too. So.
right there. So
I'm so loud.
you're like,
But like,
Bennett and Kai came out to me and said topic.
I mean, she is talking with everyone, but I don't. My only reason for that I was telling them is if we keep pink and orange together, it's only 7 numbers there, no matter what. And now that like Sarah and Jack are back with us and we've been able to have them merge and talk and like, fix those bonds, I think those numbers will benefit us. And I guess like if we needed to.
I finally talked to Alejandro and Davey. They're definitely a pair. They're pitching a pink and orange. Well, Alejandro pitches a pink and orange together thing, and then Davey comes over and says he wants to target Paddock. So I'm like, there's a freaking misconception, or like caught in a lie already, because Alejandro's telling me one thing, Davey's telling me another. They're clearly a pair, so I don't trust them.
Remember how we did the double tribal?
Mm-hmm.
The 7 of us that survived, how we said we were all going to stay tight.
Yeah.
I don't think they're all going to.
I don't think they're all going to stay tight, but I think for the sake of the game, I think they will. I think that what's happening is I've talked to almost everybody, and it's either going to be Billy, Paddock, or I think it's going to be Billy or Paddock. I think that like the meat shield plan is a good plan.
Yeah,
and
I agree.
I want to write down Billy.
I want to write down Billy. I would love to write down
I think that if we weaken the meat shields, you, me, Sarah, Jack, Kyle can pull in the other meat shields and then just get rid of the flippers. Like I don't want Andre to win this game. I don't want Paddock to win this game. And I think that for right now we need to just like show that we're loyal and then bam.
It's definitely blue versus pink hypothetically. I have to make sure that I keep Emily in check because I know she's frantic already. And her and I and Billy have to stay strong because we've been strong since the start. I need to kind of make sure this vote goes how I want it and somebody like Jack or Andrea goes home.
TJ just won immunity. Honestly, I think it sucks. Like, I would prefer to target TJ, Billy, or Bennett before targeting Kai, but now that TJ won immunity, it feels like it has to be Kai. I don't think I could change into Billy at this point, and people are really worried about Bennett and Kai together, even though it seems like everyone knows they're on the bottom, so I don't really know.
I think everyone's social threats is the thing.
I'm afraid of Kai, which I would not tell Kyle.
She would, of all the girls, she is the best chance of winning at this point.
100%.
Especially like as soon as Bennett's gone, people are gonna stop thinking she's a threat.
Yeah.
Like I don't even know if she realizes
No,
that.
she's won before. She's played.
She's won.
She's played a different game and she's won. I want to work with her for now. I like her
agree.
a lot.
Yes,
I think
you can't take her again.
But like if it comes down to like 6.
I'm hearing Billy, I'm hearing Paddock, and I'm hearing Andrea. I kind of want to get rid of Andrea because I don't trust her at all. But I'm in a very good spot and a very stressful spot because I'm exactly in the middle. It's whichever way I decide to line myself. I'm either going with Bennett's whole crew and Kai, or I'm going with Davey and Alejandro. And whichever one I choose is going to kind of run for a little bit. So
I feel like I'm in a really good position because I'm right in the middle. Like both sides want me and I'm just gonna play it out as it is. At this moment I want to talk to Alejandro and just run by like the plan because I know in the end like I feel like I've been setting up Alejandro's game and I'm just waiting for a point where I can just like slit his throat and like get his like resume.
Because they're 100% down Billy.
Yes,
Don't come down Billy.
Yes, Billy.
they don't like how their strategy for like winning them is the Bennett and Kai strategy is to make them paranoid, and they don't like that. They're like, that's not cool.
That's not the game they want to play. I fully respect that.
So they're down for the Billy, and I'm down for the Billy.
Yeah.
Because I feel like he's been making me paranoid this entire game, and I don't.
He's really, you know what?
Andre and Kyle.
I mean, Billy's really silent, like he's quiet, but I've seen him play. He can perform.
Yeah.
And I think that people are just sleeping on him because he doesn't say much. But
What's the name that they're throwing out?
it's on you. Or Andrea. They are assessing the last tribal, and they're like saying how Andrea flipped on Kyle, so like they don't want flippers in the game. And then they said you just because they feel like Pink's strong. And they can use Kyle to get rid of Andrea later. I don't think it's you. Unless something like really fucking crazy happens, like I don't think it's you.
A couple minutes ago, people were saying that they didn't want Bennett because we thought he might end up an idol, but and so they wanted Kai instead. But I was talking to Jack and I brought up the idea of Billy, and then I think someone else somewhere else also brought up the idea of Billy, so I think it's Billy now. And I'm really glad because I think it's a way better move than Kai.
Who mentioned my name?
Yeah, it was Sarah and Alejandro.
Okay.
They were like, oh, we could do Kai, and then Davey and Jack were like, but Billy would be the better one, and I don't know which one they're doing. I end my conversation with them, but
Right now we're trying to figure out if we are able to take out somebody like Paddock, who's been running around to both sides. The orange guy's on our side. TJ is convinced that he has Paddock, but there's not a chance in hell that he has Paddock under his wing. She's been flip-flopping so much and running around. She's chumming it up with blue and pink, and it's like a big mess right now. And so
okay, so basically I really want to work with Kyle and Andrea because we're the three that are being pushed into the middle, and it's beneficial to do that because then I have two people, which I haven't had allies that I'm close to this entire game, and if people realize that, I'm an easy merge boot because Sarah and I's relationship's secret, so nobody thinks we're like super tight even though we are. So I would be an easy merge boot. I would be a smart merge boot for everybody involved because then you leave two in the middle, which is a lot less dangerous than leaving three in the middle.
I just come, you know. No, we're not. No, who said that?
Sarah, they're not fine.
No.
Yes, they
I was they're the line to make this.
Well, I think they are. Right?
You really think you're going home? I really don't think it's you.
I really think I'm going home. Unless Emily is willing to smoke at my house.
I think she is. I don't know. It's their own day. That's what they've all told me.
You're lying to me.
I swear to God, I would not lie to you. I swear to God.
If Kyle doesn't vote with us, we could go home. But they're voting Kai.
Are you sure? I heard they were voting me.
I heard your name came up, but they're voting Kai.
But listen, your
Because-
name came up too.
Your name came up.
Who's doing my name up?
A lot of people. Because they're afraid, because they think that you're
Playing the
back and
middle?
forth. We know where you are.
I'm just talking to
No,
everybody.
listen.
Okay.
You can't. You have to.
So I just need to be quiet.
Yes. No, it's not even that you have to be quiet. Just be calm.
Do we 100% have Kyle?
yes,
Okay.
but I haven't talked to you.
Andrea.
Okay.
Because otherwise the time might be going on.
Because they're voting Kyle.
I was told at the last second by
You're good.
that it was you, but he hesitated. So
Kyle and I have been working together. I mean, he could totally spank me at some point. Anybody can totally spank you at some point. I mean, yeah, Jack could spank you. Yeah, but I actually feel good about Kyle. And like, people like him, and he's great, and he's good at stuff, but I also like am not like everybody is at this point, so I'm not averse to going to the end with him because you know I can work with you guys and Jack. Like I feel like that could be a solid for us. If it does, if the gods are for us.
we need to get Kyle a song for the
Why would we go Andrea when it's them for? You should let them know. Would you be down for that?
I would.
That's what I did.
Which one?
Yeah.
yeah, do we even have time to tell everyone else?
Kyle.
Okay, I thought you were pleased with Davey.
Not anymore. They're saying we need They're saying either mine or Billy's name.
And you really think all of them are lying to me? They're all smart enough to lie to me about that?
Because they know that we're close. Absolutely. Have you talked to TJ? What do you say?
He would rather do it.
Why?
He thinks that she's 100%.
She's lying.
I'll do whatever. I'm good with improvisation.
Run to somebody else and talk to another person.
Are you voting for Kai? Are you guys voting for Kai?
No.
You're not voting for Kai.
We're not voting for that.
Because you're responsible for that. You right now.
Me?
Yeah.
Not writing down.
Not you. I'm not.
You better tell your boys not to write my name.
I said it's too late to change the plan. I said it's too late to change the plan. Kai came to me and said paddock, and then Kyle came to me and said paddock, and then I literally walk 8 feet over here, and all of a sudden they're like, oh yeah, it's not paddock anymore. It's gonna be like we have to go to someone else. And I'm like, well,
Who said that?
Who said that? Because she found out she's being targeted. Yeah. Can we just do that? Can we do one thing? Please.
One thing to do.
Just one more unanimous.
I just don't think it's that confusing.
It's not you.
I'm telling you, I think there are enough people that want to get paddock out that we can just do it.
That's fine. That's fine.
And we just go with that, right?
You're fine.
Oh, get the point too while you're
As long as you guys don't know that. Who started all this shit?
So much you said.
She's playing every fucking side of every person. Let's just vote for her.
No, it is. Yeah.
Guys, this is our fault.
I know that they have.
But we'll flip it.
But Bennett, there's a Kai, and he made us swear up and down that it wasn't Kai.
No, she's losing her mind.
She's losing her mind. It's not Kai. I told her it was Kai.
But I know. Look what you did.
Yeah, but that's fine. I mean,
Okay, it's okay.
No, that's why. I didn't know the more paranoia we can instill in them, the better.
I think Paddock is saying, like, because you have such a close connection to Kai, like, you don't want to go Kai. And I was like, Kai's name never came up.
No, Paddock told Kai, and Kai lost it. I don't want to vote Kai out right now, but I can't take her to the end.
Yeah, can't take her to the end, because she'll win.
But the panic that she just caused now is what's causing all this. You're going to walk in there fine.
They're voting for either Billy or Kai. They're voting for that.
Solidarity.
Are you down with that?
Man, I know.
They're not with us, though.
Probably need a Tylenol.
Well, what happened? Why are we waiting for Andre anymore?
Because she's voting. I feel like we have her for this vote because she knows she screwed up.
We don't.
What do you mean?
She's with Pink.
100% is not you. 100% is not you.
Alright guys, welcome to the first Merge Tribal Council. So, yesterday was a very crazy long day. So Davey, walk me through that. You made it to the Merge. What's going on in your mind right now?
Well, you forgot the word, like, unscathed. Like, I walked into the Merge with, like, cuts, like, stabs, everything.
Really, there's a lot of talk. So, last night, run me through what happened. You guys merged. I'm sure you guys spent a lot of time up discussing things, right?
Yes and no. I mean, at first people were kind of chit-chatty, then suddenly this, like, giant, massive idol hunt came on. Everyone's, like, digging through holes and shit. I didn't find anything, like, wish I did. I actually just got stung by a bee waiting to come into tribal.
Are you serious?
Hopefully that's not foreshadowing
of what you people are going to do to me.
But, yeah, so last night was crazy, but I went to bed because I wanted to be, like, ready for the individual challenges. And then woke up this morning, people are already strategizing, already looking for idols, so I brushed my teeth and got ready for war.
Andre, so you said a lot of people were up last night talking. Were you one of those people?
Yeah, I mean, everybody was up talking.
What were they talking about?
Like, where's the idol? Like, what is it? Like, I think the general consensus is that it's like within a tree or in the wood. I found a clue about like chopping, so I think somebody has it. I think it's out there. And
Where'd you find that clue?
Right after they had it over behind the house. I also heard there was a clue about like that it was hidden in a tree or something. So, but I don't have the idol. I haven't found it. I don't know who's found it. Everybody says they haven't found it. So, yeah.
So with the merge comes like a lot of information. I touched on this before. So Kyle, has there been new information about this game that has come to you since the merge? Run me through that.
There's such a input of information that it's hard to process everything in like the 5-minute span that we have to really strategize. So, you know, you're sitting here and you don't even know if like what you said to people is like what is actually going to happen. And you know, this is the nerve-wracking part of tribal council that like gets everybody's hearts racing because you don't know what is going to come when eventually you come with your little vote tin and let us know who's going home.
So TJ, you won immunity. How does that feel?
Clearly good. I mean, I didn't expect to win it, but hopefully being a memorization challenge and being a teacher, I think I would have let my students down had I not. But no, definitely after like conversations and stuff, it definitely feels better to be safe, at least right now. So that I can kind of just talk to everybody and get a clear thing without obviously my name being thrown around. So yeah, and definitely on the first merge vote, which is always historically the messiest.
So Bennett, do you feel confident in what your plan is going into this?
I feel confident in my plan. I don't know if it's going to work. But there was a lot of scrambling last night, and for the first time in the game, I feel like everybody's cards have been on the table, but there are also a lot of jokers out there. So you don't know if any of them are legitimate or not. You know, there are people that you feel like you're tight with, that then you're finding out later on, maybe you're not so tight with. And in the last like 3 minutes before arriving here, I think I heard 4 different names in a span of about 5 minutes. So word gets around really quickly, and I think right now we're looking at a voting blocks game, and I think that everyone is just trying to make it to the next round, and so we will see how it all shakes out.
So Paddock, how do you feel at this moment?
Well, I haven't been eating as much as I probably should be, so, no, like, I think last night I had 2 bites of meat, a bite of my salad, and then, like, I just, like, could not put another bite in my mouth, and so, like, I sat down and I was fine, and now my stomach's grumbling, and I'm like, maybe I should eat a clementine.
Let's talk about how you feel. Great answer. But now I'll ask it to Sarah. How do you feel? How do you feel in this vote? How do you feel?
Yeah, that was amazing.
How are you feeling physically?
I feel mentally and emotionally drained, but physically fine. No, I'm not fine actually. In this vote, safety-wise, I feel extremely uncomfortable that I know what's going on. I think I know what may happen, and I think I know other things that may happen that aren't my plan, so I don't know. We'll see.
So I'm going to open the floor. If anyone has anything they'd like to say to the group before we get to the vote, this is your last opportunity. Okay, so let's get to the first vote. All right.
I don't blame people if they're voting me out. That is the move you should be doing, everybody. Vote out the person that's talking to everyone. But I'm gonna vote out the person that used to be my friend.
voting for Billy because getting thrown off your tribe is like the most horrendous feeling ever. And I'm salty, so.
I'm so sorry. You are just a mosquito buzzing around this camp right now, and it's time to squish the mosquito.
Defensive move, no idea what's happening.
You know what? This could screw my alliance, but I'm going rogue. Nothing against you, Jack, but I know you're not getting votes, but I'm gonna kind of toss things up a little bit more and make it a little bit more messy. Let's hope it doesn't freaking bite me in the ass.
If anyone has the hidden immunity idol and would like to play it, now would be the time to do so. Okay, I will read the votes. First vote, Paddock. Second vote, Billy. Third vote, Jack. 1 vote Paddock, 1 vote Billy, 1 vote Jack. Fourth vote, Paddock. 2 votes Paddock, 1 vote Billy, 1 vote Jack. Paddock. That's 3 votes Paddock, 1 vote Billy, 1 vote Jack. Next vote, Billy. 3 votes Paddock, 2 votes Billy, 1 vote Jack. Billy. That's 3 votes Billy, 3 votes Paddock. Billy. 4 votes Billy, 3 votes Paddock. Billy. The next vote and the first member of our jury is Billy. Billy, you're gonna need to bring me your torch. Alright, Billy, the tribe has spoken. Time for you to go. Alright guys, so the jury has started. It's really going to be important for you guys to keep these relationships because they will be determining who wins this game at the end. Next time on Survivor New York.
One who was like, who voted Jack? Who voted Jack? Who voted Jack? So I feel like he might have been overcompensating and he actually voted Jack, but
What concerns me is that I found out about that you had a clue at tribal. Like we talked last night, so like clearly
I didn't tell anybody until
Made it to the Survivor auction.
I knew it! Yes!
Yeah, but it was Pat that threw it out there.
And what's the deal with Andrea's idol?
I don't know. I just found out about that too, and that I promise you with.
No, she told me that she told you last night. She told me that 2 minutes ago.
Dude, she's bullshitting you.
Okay, well let's go all talk about it.
Yo, can we have a team meeting?
I mean, I heard my name going around coming from, I heard Sarah was throwing around my name, I heard Alejandro was throwing around my name. They were saying they weren't working together. Obviously they were, I'm not an idiot. Then we were gonna do Andrea, then it changed to Davy. Every time Paddock was told something, everybody heard about it. So I was like, this girl doesn't have my back as much as I thought she did. I got stung by a bee waiting to go into tribal. I had a feeling that was a sign something was gonna happen. And yeah, my intuition was correct. I just felt it. I had a great time. I loved, the challenges were so fun. I'm bummed I don't get to compete in the individual ones because I think I would have shined, but it is what it is.